Mhm. Are we live? Did I just come on? Welcome, everybody. Let's just make sure everything is good. All right, we're live. All right, so thanks so much for jumping on today. Happy Thursday. Hopefully, we get some nice spring weather around the corner. For those that are new here, my name is Robert O'Keefe, creator and founder of Over 55 NJ. Our mission is to help people make educated decisions downsizing, planning their relocation, and always act as a non pressure resource in helping plan these difficult, sometimes challenging moves. But we find a lot of times that the move isn't that challenging once it's broken down in small steps here. So, we're going to talk about common regrets and how to avoid some regrets while downsizing. These are some things to think about, kind of like on a macro level. When we talk about downsizing, we always invite you to reach out to us. Start to get these conversations going early because every situation is different. And like I said, we always act as a non pressure resource for you. Let me just make sure we're live and good to go. And I want to say thank you so much for everyone for hopping on today. So, before we get started, too, we always say go check out our website. It's over55nj.group is our Facebook group. If you're not a member, definitely join up. We have a lot of great content there for our members, and we post a lot of great, useful content. Not just that you see on YouTube, but a lot of content you can read through as well, which is very helpful. And check out our YouTube channel, but also go to our website at over55nj.homes. You can search all the 55 plus community listings there. And it's just a great resource to start getting at some ideas. And what I like most about it is it's map and location based. So you can see exactly geographically where all these communities are as you start to plan and start to plan for your relocation, whether you're downsizing, upsizing, moving to our state from a different state. We have a lot of great ideas there for you, and you can set up an account and start saving some homes. Now, today, this is one of my favorite topics. We're going to be talking about downsizing without regret. So, we've all heard of the horror stories while downsizing. A lot of people say, don't move to a 55 plus community, don't downsize. Some people comically say they want to be taken out of their homes feet first. Um, but sometimes change can be very exciting. I was speaking to someone the other day. He was in a tough situation, kind of let the situation go on a little bit longer and just desperately needed to change. So we were talking and just talking about some ideas, and they were getting really excited about just kind of like the possibilities and what's ahead. So change can be good and change can be exciting. And even if you decide not to do it, change could certainly be worth exploring. So we're going to give you some ways to how to downsize without regret and some common mistakes we see so you don't make these same mistakes. One of the benefits to working with us and focusing on this resource and focusing on us is we're very niche focused. We hear a lot of stories and we basically compile a lot of data, compile a lot of stories, compile a lot of experiences. So you can kind of stand on the shoulder of these giants and avoid all these mistakes that we see people make, and that some of these mistakes we help people get out of these mistakes too. So we look forward to hearing from you. Always reach out to us at over55nj@gmail.com with any of your questions. So the first mistake we see is very common. It's choosing a home that doesn't fit your lifestyle. So we've talked to people that was going too much based on their price point, and they ended up taking a home that required stairs. So when we say when you're downsizing, you always want to be thinking about 5 years ahead. So lo and behold, they needed to move eventually, and the stairs were just too much for them. Their age, they started to age quickly. They started to deteriorate a little bit mentally. And long story short, after only a year or two, they had to sell their home. So it's very important to start thinking ahead and start to plan ahead for these things. Wayne Gretzky has a great quote: "You want to be skating where the puck is going." So always think ahead and always start planning not just for your current lifestyle, but for your future lifestyle. Another common mistake is just picking a home based on price point and not considering the location. We find it's always useful to be as close to family and friends as possible, be close to medical care. Sometimes the prices of homes in certain areas can be alluring, but you want to make sure you're choosing the right location, someplace that's populated and someplace that fits your lifestyle, especially if you want to be closer to family and friends. I had a wise neighbor tell me, he said, if you don't live more than 20 minutes, if you live more than 20 minutes away from family, you might as well live in a different state. So I think that might be a little bit extreme. I usually cap it at 30 minutes, but the point is the easier it is to get to your family, the easier it is to get to your loved ones, the more you'll see each other and the better these people can assist you and vice versa when it comes to spending time together. So very important and very important to choose a home that fits your lifestyle. Consider all your needs. And we always welcome you to reach out to us. We can kind of help point you in the right direction, give you some things to think about. You can tell us your story. We can give you some ideas. And if you want to book a call with us, go to over55nj.chat and you can go right to the scheduling link and start scheduling a call with us. We'd love to hear from you. So that's the first reason. If you have any questions at all, just reach out in the comments here. Now, the second one is understanding the emotional side of downsizing. So, a lot of times we had a great topic last week about kind of helping senior parents get through downsizing and get through these experiences. So, you want to always just take into account how sometimes emotionally draining change could be, but also consider the excitement too when it comes to downsizing. We've helped people get we've seen people get acclimated very quickly when it comes to their new living situation, whether it be a 55 plus community, an assisted living facility. It's amazing how much and how fast the human mind will adapt. And just kind of like, it's kind of like the weirdest thing. There has to be a scientific phenomenon for it, where it feels like it's years ago, where you lived in your house that you spent years in, and you're so excited about your new life and your new situation, where it just feels like way in the past, even though it could have been almost 6 months ago, over a year ago, where you've been in your new place. But always take into account the emotional aspects with downsizing. We have people that have a lot of stuff that they want to take with them. So we have downsizing guides on what to get rid of, things to keep, things you may not even think you have to get rid of. We have a lot of buyers that will buy the home with a lot of the things already in the home. So it's important just to kind of think about what you want to take with you. You don't want to take too much with you, but kind of like take over a cup of coffee, just kind of take like an inventory of what's important to you in your new home, some things you want to take with you. And if there's things you like about your current home, we always recommend doing a home audit and just kind of making a list of things you like and things you don't like about your home. So when you're planning your next future, when you're planning your next step into your future, you could really kind of customize it, make like a list of exactly what you want. We have a great tool called the Home Buying Matrix, and essentially it's a quadrant of things you must have, things you would like to have, things that you would not like to have, and things that are deal breakers. So if you want a copy of that, just reach out to us or write copy in the chat. We'll send that to you. This is a great way to kind of organize things. If you like spreadsheets like I do, you'll be in heaven. You can just start making a list and then plugging things into the quadrants, and the picture becomes more clear. And you can really start to brainstorm what you want, but also what you don't want. So when it comes to letting go, when it comes to downsizing, we find these exercises could really help get you excited, and you could really shed a lot of the baggage, a lot of the stuff that you don't want to take with you, which is ultimately very good for your mental health. Any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And like I said, we're always a direct message away, so feel free to reach out to us anytime. This webinar will also be recorded too. Now, finally, this is one aspect that we specialize in, and we do this for all buyers, not just 55 plus buyers. But one of the biggest mistakes we see is not understanding the full financial picture. So what we recommend is we say always work backwards from your preferred location and then look at your monthly budget. It's very misleading sometimes. You could see a home that's very cheap, but it has a very high HOA fee, or sometimes a home will have very high taxes. And all of that will bake into the cake of what's your monthly payment. So we always say you live in that monthly payment. This is your monthly overhead. And it's very important to keep that monthly overhead within a comfort range for yourself. You don't want to be at this stage of your life, or really any stage of your life, overextending yourself and draining your savings. So it's very important just to work backwards from that. Pick a number you're comfortable in, and then what we could do is we can help run some numbers for you. We go community by community, listing by listing. We just had a buyer consultation the other day where we were just doing live breakdowns of the actual monthly cost of each units. So it was kind of fun. The customers had a whole list of the homes they liked, and we were just giving the breakdowns for them. And a lot of times, you'll be amazed at how much money you could be saving, how much money you could be saving or investing or gifting to family members or saving for travel or whatever you want to do, based on understanding the monthly payment. So it's kind of like an exciting exercise. We're happy to do it for you. We can always connect with you and just run some live breakdowns with you. But it just becomes more real and more exciting once you see the monthly numbers come together. So one of the biggest mistakes we see, and this just goes for all buyers, is just getting way too far into the process and not understanding the monthly costs of each community. So we're very cognizant of that. We want to set you up for success financially. Always want to look at the numbers, and it's very important to us. We get this out of the way ahead of time when we can start brainstorming numbers. Even for people that are 6 to 12 months away, we want to make sure we're running these numbers and making sure that you're financially sound and you're making a solid, educated decision based on what you're comfortable with. So that's a mistake a lot of buyers will make at the end. A lot of them will get pre-approved ahead of time. The lender could give a purchase price range, but they don't really go over the actual monthly numbers, and everything bakes into the cake, the HOA, the taxes, the insurance. So we want to run all those numbers for you ahead of time, making sure you stay within that comfort range. A lot of times you could waste a lot of time just getting way too ahead of yourself, and sometimes buyers won't run the numbers until it's too late and they're stuck. So that's not going to be you. We're going to make sure we're well ahead of the game and well prepared in advance. So, as a quick recap, what you want to do is you want to choose a home that fits your lifestyle, go by location, then go by physical needs and preferences. We have the matrix for you where you can plug in all your preferences there, which is a great tool for you. Understanding the emotional side is number two. Make sure you're going through your house, doing an audit, seeing what you like and you don't like. We have the downsizing guides for you, so you can get rid of anything you don't feel that benefits you. And you'll be surprised how emotionally freeing that is. And three, of course, is knowing the numbers, picking the right community within your budget, choosing the right budget. We can help you with that too, and start consulting with you on that. So we always invite you to reach out and to do so early. We have a saying that great real estate planning is done in advance. So feel free to reach out to us well in advance so we can start getting some ideas on the table. The plan sometimes can change. So just because we have a plan doesn't mean that's set in stone. So the key is to start strategizing, start kind of game planning. And once you get started, you're going to see how exciting it is. And a lot of times you're probably sooner ahead and much more ahead than what you thought. We have a saying that using a kind of like a system like this almost feels like an unfair advantage. So we'd love to give you that advantage, and we'd love to consult with you, and we'd love to hear from you at your convenience. Our email address here is over55nj@gmail.com, and you can always send us a direct message. We're not hard to find. I'm sure we'll link up soon whenever you feel is best for you. Make it a great day. Here's to some spring weather around the corner. Hope it gets warm soon. And thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.